We recently reviewed the LEGO F1 Speed Champions and that was great, but I had this thought in the back of my mind. Are there better alternatives? Not just in cost but in quality as well. And you know what? I think I found it. A set with printed parts, no stickers, comes with 2 versions of the driver markings, a nice display tile, great wheels, custom molded halo, and the price is insane, but more on that later. And no, it's not Rastar, we did that last time. The set is from an old friend, Kada. Remember the RC brick built car episode? In today's video, we are building and reviewing what I think is the better F1 Speed Champion. Yes, it could even be better than LEGO, but hey, you be the judge after watching this BrickScore review. Meet the Kada 1:24 scale Kick Sauber F1 car. Let's get it out of the box and start building. I like that the minifig is in a separate bag with all the pieces. Sometimes the small hands and accessories are hard to find when it's mixed in a larger bag. Looking at you, Slaban. The wheels were also separated, presumably to protect them from plastic bricks scratching the nice rubber. And when I was looking at the manual, I felt like it was missing something. Oh shoot, this is an F1 set, so there must be a gigantic sticker sheet somewhere. I had a mild panic when I couldn't find one, thinking that I had lost it. Then, after turning everything upside down, I realized that it didn't come with stickers in the first place. Crisis averted. Oh, check out these giant sprues of plastic parts. I can't wait to use them all. With all my parts sorted into little trays, it was time to start building. The actual build experience was excellent. It was intuitive and accessible even for a disabled brick builder like me. It felt more like a LEGO experience than an alternative bricks experience. Even the physical bricks were not as rough around the edges as other brands. They also have excellent clutch power. Well, mostly excellent, more on that later. The manual shows you a nice picture of the actual Formula 1 vehicle, and here it is next to the brick built set. At certain points of the build, you will see pages that either have this purple or blue background. Those are the A and B versions of the build. It's amazing that they gave you actual printed pieces to swap out instead of a gargantuan sticker sheet and calling it a day. I showed you the minifig in a bag earlier, and it's in a bag because you have to assemble it. LEGO minifigs come pre-built. Alternative minifigs commonly do not come pre-assembled. You have to find the mini hands and struggle with attaching the tiny pegs to the little holes. This CaDA fig is not as hard to assemble as others. It even came with a separate instructions card. Let's talk about this a little later. And here is the Kick Sauber F1 fully built. I love the black, green, and white color scheme. It's a 1:24 scale car, and practically speaking, this means it's slightly larger than the new LEGO F1 sets, though it is slightly smaller than the Rastar Red Bull F1. In my opinion, this is a really good interpretation of the vehicle. I like the fact that there are plenty of markings throughout, and I didn't have to put on any of them. As much as I like this, I think the front wing is the weakest. No, I mean literally, look! It's a dodgy build that relies on a single stud, which is a shame because the rest of this is mostly rock solid. The shaping is excellent otherwise, and the prints are shiny and sort of raised a little bit. This middle section deserves a closer look for the quality of the printing. I used the A version of the bricks, the one with the number 24. The front suspension looks convincing with various supports pretending to be attached to the axle. The 2 clips here are attached to the main body using a couple of what looks like paint roller pieces that came from the sprue. Guess how many other parts we used from the 2 large sprues? A whopping total of none. Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at the rest of this. The halo is excellent. It's a custom molded single piece. Where LEGO and Rastar were satisfied with using a bendy bar piece, Kada went the extra mile and produced a special part just for this. Amazing. It still opens up like this so you can insert and remove the driver minifig. Let's take him out for now. We will take a closer look at him later. Without the driver, you can see the name brick under the headrest. Again, I used the A version so you can use this, or you can have the other one that says Valtteri. Check out this excellent steering wheel. This might be the most detailed one that I have seen. There are side mirrors here, but you may not notice them at first. They are super thin and lay flat here on the sides. In here on top is the onboard camera. I used the yellow version, but they also gave us the black version. When it comes to the back part of the vehicle, Kada chose the single piece approach like Rastar. For comparison, LEGO has this more 3D look, but personally I prefer this simpler style. It makes it easy to swap out for the alternate print. The rear wing looks fine if a little bulky. I like the support assembly here. From the back, you see the single rear light with this trans red tile. Hashtag unleashed. Are they describing the car or my dogs when I get home after a long day? The wheels on this car are pretty cool. First off, the front wheels are smaller than the rear, which already puts them ahead of the older LEGO F1 sets. detailed printing here on the rims. The rubber tires are quite hard, similar to the new Lego F1 sets. I prefer the softer tires of the Rastar. They came pre-assembled, just plop them and go. And here is the minifigure. I am slightly disappointed in this, not because of the quality but with the fact that they gave us only a single pair of legs. Throughout the build, they gave us a choice of either number 24 or number 77, but the figure is only a single version. Okay, I'm not actually complaining because this figure is excellent, but I just found it weird that you had all this choice right up to this point. The printing on this figure is raised like some of the other prints from earlier, nice and shiny too. It's a cool interpretation of the actual uniform. You might need a magnifying glass to read his name, but it's on there. The helmet can be removed and replaced with an included hairpiece. This is my first Kada minifigure and I love it. The subtle shaping on the face is appreciated. It's not just a plain cylinder, he has a nose on the front. And can your minifigure do this? The last side build in this set is this printed plaque, with the Kada logo as well as the Sauber F1 branding. A picture of the set and the name of the primary driver, perfect for display. That looks amazing and it looks even better with my 3D printed display stand. Accessibility. The build was, in a word, outstanding. I mentioned it earlier but it honestly felt Lego-esque. It was a considerate and accessible build. They even used these yellow carrier bricks to keep printed parts together. It was an excellent way to have an organized build. Some parts were a little confusing but nothing too difficult. There is no included part separator but with the lower parts count, I don't think it's needed. Accessibility score of 5 out of 5 stars. Quality. The visual aesthetic has been expertly translated and interpreted in brick form. The included printed logo tile elevates the entire set as a display piece. The build design is stable, apart from the single stud attachment of the front wing that I brought up earlier. You can still roll this around with the rubber wheels. It tends to pick up dog hairs though, so just something to be aware of if you have pets around. The included minifigure was a unique addition to my collection. The articulated neck was definitely a surprise. It belongs on the shelf of every F1 Speed Champion collector. Quality score of 5 out of 5 stars. Value. I got this set for about $22 on a local shopping app. At this price, it's a bargain, especially compared with the original Lego F1, which goes for almost $35 here locally. But you know what's crazy? I found this on our friend Barweir's website for only $9.72. A Speed Champion style set with all printed parts and no stickers, a fun build and a perfect display piece for less than $10, that's a no-brainer for me. Value score of 5 out of 5 stars. Compared with the Rastar and Lego Red Bull sets as well as the Lego McLaren set, I think this Kada is easily the best value and overall experience. So if you want to get this set, you can use the links in the description for the best price. And if you haven't seen our previous F1 Alt Lego car review, then you can watch it by clicking the link on your screen. You can also check out our other Alt Lego car reviews in this playlist using this other link. See you there!